ready? We're coming up.
We're headed to the scene of a biological disaster in the coastal waters of Florida, and there's nothing anyone can do to stop it.
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
No.
It's heartbreaking. Florida's beloved endangered manatees are dying in record numbers, victims of a killer cold snap. Manatees can't survive in waters below 68 degrees, and in January, some Florida water temperatures dropped into the 40s. No one could guess the scope of the fatalities until the bodies began to show up.
Where did this one come from, Katie?
This state lab saw an astonishing spike. More than 250 dead manatees, more than 5% of Florida's known population killed in a matter of weeks. The cold rendered many unable to eat or breathe. Some drowned in a matter of minutes.
One of the most obvious signs of the cold for any of the animals that come in here is actually on the skin. You can see it right here on this animal, this white spot that looks sort of like a blister. It's actually a lesion that was caused by the cold water.
Biologists call it Florida frostbite, and they're even finding it on some very unlikely victims.
Normally we only see young animals affected by the cold, but the fact that you see this happening in all sizes manatees, adult manatees, that's a bad sign.
Some fear this could be just the beginning. Animals stressed by the cold now could die later from disease. Very few are rescued in time.
It's an exceptionally bad year for the manatee.
Tampa's Lowry Park Zoo is one of just 3 places in Florida equipped to rehab sick and injured manatees. This female is one of the lucky ones.
There it is again. We're seeing some of the same things that we saw in the state lab on this manatee. Here it is, these lesions right here. That's Florida frostbite right there.
Zoo staff says this manatee had lost about 300 pounds, unable to eat when she was rescued in January. She's now just one success story among hundreds of tragedies.
Is this endangered species in trouble now because of what's happened this winter?
Well, I think so. I mean, we've lost somewhere between 5 and 10% of the wild population of Florida manatees. So that's a huge hit for any endangered species to have to deal with.
There's a manatee right in front of us.
Their future's uncertain. We found dozens of manatees hunkered down in the warm waters discharged by this power plant in Tampa Bay. But these plants won't be around forever, and biologists say more natural warm water refuges need to be preserved. Because like any endangered species, manatees may not be around long either, without the habitat they need to survive all of nature's tests. David Mattingly, CNN, Tampa.